One of the big worries here in the United States today are all these threats of violence. The third, potentially, assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. These are all things that we have to be concerned with because this is stuff that we are having to deal with on a daily basis. Now today, I want to break down what is happening. I want to talk about why we're seeing these additional threats of violence, why schools are now reporting additional threats, but also fake reports as well, and how one sheriff department is actually talking about doing a perp walk with kids. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment. I'm going to play the clip for you so you can see for yourself what they are expected to do, and you can, again, kind of learn, but you can stay informed as to what is going on around the United States. So, again, I will break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So first, we need to discuss what is going on surrounding former President Donald Trump and a third potential assassination attempt. Just look at this. It says false reports of explosives found in a car near a Trump rally spread online. Now I'm going to read a little bit about this in just a second, but keep in mind it was earlier on this week, okay, just days ago, that there was a second assassination attempt where a guy had a rifle barrel sticking out of a chain link fence. This was on Trump's golf course over in Florida. But listen to this, okay? I want to read a little bit of this to you. It says law enforcement officials on Long Island worked quickly on Wednesday to publicly knock down social media posts falsely reporting that explosives had been found in a car near former President Donald Trump's planned rally in New York. The false reports of an explosive began circulating hours before the Republican presidential nominee's campaign event in Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, just days after he was apparently the target of a second possible assassination attempt. This is what's going on. People are turning to violence here in the United States. This is something that we haven't seen in some time. Now, it's coming back, but it's not just attacking a presidential candidate, but they're also going after kids and schools. Look at this. It says threats of violence in schools spike in Ohio and around the U.S. Now, why is this happening? Well, here's what you need to know. People are threatened. And so any inclination that there is a potential attack, a potential threat to schools, to students, to faculty, schools get shut down. Not just specific schools, an entire district will be put on lockdown. That's what we're facing right now. But here's the reason why this is such a big deal. Most of these are pranks. They're fake threats. But it does not matter if it's a fake threat or a prank. Law enforcement, and school officials have to take these threats and these calls seriously. Just listen to this. This is the sheriff in Florida. His name's Mike Chitwood. Listen to what he has to say.
You know, this is absolutely out of control, and it ends now. 54 and counting tips came into Fortify, Florida last night. Okay? That means investigators in the school district have been running around the clock to investigate these tips, which are all turning out to be false. So far, it's cost $21,000 to do these investigations. We have 2 in custody. We have an investigation looking at 1 other individual. So far this year, there have been 207 threats who have come in. We've arrested 7 people for written threats to kill. 1 student, if you remember, tried to bring a loaded firearm into a mainland football game. We've had 11 weapons on our campuses this year. So what we're going to start doing Monday is, since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid so that everybody can see what your kid's up to. The second point of this is If I can any way find out that a parent knew what was going on and wasn't doing anything, your is getting perp walked with him.
Okay. He is serious and he is fed up with all these different, hoax. Now, one thing that he's glad is that yes, this is a prank. Okay? Kids are not following through with these threats. But again, he's fed up with all these. That people are calling in and saying that this is going to happen or that's going to happen. And again, these are just pranks. Okay? People are just giving coming up with just different ideas to get out of school. But here's something else. Look at this right here. It says, Florida sheriff releases a mugshot and perp walk video of an 11-year-old charged with making school shooting threat. It says, and again, he said, every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there, and if I can do it, I'm gonna perp walk your kid. He did. I'm not going to show you that video, okay? And you can make of it what you wish, but just understand right now that yes, some people are tired of what's going on, and they are saying that we have to do something else. We have to change the course because right now, whatever we're doing is not enough. It's not working. But here's what I want to ask you. Do you think what is going on right now inside of schools, in these rallies, in these campaigns with our current presidential candidates, do you think all this has to do with the election? Do you think a lot of this has to do with new people coming into the United States from other countries? Do you think it has a lot to do with law enforcement pretty much being, tied? They're pretty much being handcuffed themselves. They can't make arrests. Look in the state of California. When somebody would break into your home or your car or steal stuff out of a store, what are police officers allowed to do? Write a report? Take a picture? That's it. And so I ask you this, is it because of our current policies? Is it because of the people we have in charge? And I'm not just talking about the president. I'm not talking about the state governors. Okay? Those are included. But I'm talking about Congress, people in the Senate, the House, right? Your state representatives, your officials, the people that we elect to be in charge. Are they the reason for all this? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, here's my warning to you. As we get closer to the upcoming presidential election on November 5th, the expectation is that, or kind of the anticipation is that we are going to see more and more threats to former President Donald Trump. We're also going to see more threats, not just to the president himself, but to MAGA Republicans. People that are expected to vote for Donald Trump. Officials say they could have threats on their lives as well. And again, these don't have to be real. It could be a fake threat, but is it enough to get people to not go to the voting booth? To not vote? That's the question. Now, the reason why I brought this up along with what is going on in schools is because of one thing. It was a hoax. But officials, Secret Service, the FBI, Homeland Security, your local law enforcement, a hoax or not doesn't matter. What matters is they are keeping people safe. So, we're going to see what happens moving forward. The only thing I can tell you right now is this is most likely not the last possible assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. According to experts, they say that there has been a lot of chatter. As to what that chatter is going to mean, I don't know. But the one thing I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. So that is what we know as of today. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing and I'll see you guys on the next one.